Yeah, man.
That's hot shit right there, man.
So what we gonna do? We gonna dub.
News networks are not even getting clicks like that. So this shows like there's an opportunity for this, what we're doing here on this show.
Look up something in back check, kind of like cross reference.
Yeah, I should put the.
Hey, look that shit up. That's the name of your show.
Yeah,
that's right. What really drew me in.
Remember, we want you to be an activist, and don't take our word for it. Look that shit up. Pulley. And hope I don't get in trouble for playing that last video. I probably shouldn't have played that shit. I'm always testing the damn waters, bro. That shit gonna get me.
You are now
Who and what are we gonna complain about tonight?
You are now
Like, you just never know, bro. Life is so precious, bro. And and people say, oh, material things aren't important. But I mean, and I get that, but at the same time, we're here.
It's not just talent.
That's what you ought to do.
Gotta know what the fuck you doing.
Shawty come and jump in my ride. That's what you ought to do. Land the sun is starting to shine. You feel like calling you? I think I wanna give you some time. You better follow through. Don't play and shine, show me your grind. That's what you ought to do.
I will hit any chick who likes sodomy, sex on stilts. While a big top watching me, I eat fish like a culinary apology. I leave you like an open heart. I just can't quit. Feel like it's a part of me. My wrist on lit. Time to join the party. We check the list quick. Who got the bottle? See a poker face chip. I know she gonna swallow me, bite my lip. While I'm watching people watching me, that's not it. Won't you climb right on top of me? My mind's so sick. It's a function of my body. My mind's so sick. It's a function of my body. I feel it, you feel it. She say I'm feeling it inside of me. I dig it, you dig it. We digging all over your body. Come get it, I'm with it. I'm gon' get it on the bottom. Come get it, I'm with it. I'm gon' get it on the bottom.
Shawty come and jump in my ride. That's what you ought to do. Land the sun is starting to shine. You feel like calling you? I think I wanna give you some time. You better follow through. Stop playing sign, show me your grind. That's what you ought to do.
I done heard, I done thought, now I wonder and wanna see.
You said you really are the king of the jungle, but can it be? Now you really gotta work and be holding the head of me. Cause if you don't know how to stroke, it could cause a catastrophe. I'm a soldier, so I seek and destroy you so naturally. Put some scratches on your back and then ask what the matter be. Demonstrations why the dudes and the women be after me. Leaving weak and desperate, crying to see me on better knees. They saying where she go? Daylight, flashlight, put me on extra glow. I tried to tell you though, platinum sunshine's about to blow. Shawty come and jump in my ride. That's what you ought to do. The platinum sun is starting to shine. You feel like calling you? I think I want to give you some time. You better follow through. Stop playing shine, show me your grind. That's what you ought to do. Shawty come and jump in my ride. That's what you ought to do. Platinum sun is starting to shine. You feel like calling you? I think I want to give you some time. You better follow through. Stop playing shine, show me your grind. That's what you ought to do.
We want it, so come on, we gonna follow me. We like fires like Hanukkah, marijuana by the tree, like a harmonica. I lick it with no teeth. I like when it's sloshing and getting salty like the sea. Gotta slide it off and make sure it's softening for me. Reach the top of the mountain and have you sounding out your teeth. It sound like it's coughing and talking, saying more please. I'm sticking and stabbing it. Jason for a heat, roll it on over and go get on the floor, please. Some you born in October, long as you over 18. Going to prison for pussy, just something that I can't see. Old bitch and she ready, and she can munch a dick me. Gon' hop in my Chevy, we bout to hit the scene, man. The spot is so heavy. Hopping not seen, man. I'm fresh and so ready. Popping like team, man. I'm fresh and so ready. Popping like team.
Shawty come and jump in my ride. That's what you ought to do. The platinum sun is starting to shine. You feel like calling you? I think I wanna give you some time. You better follow through. Stop playing shine, show me your grind. That's what you ought to do. Shawty come and jump in my ride. That's what you ought to do. The platinum sun is starting to shine. You feel like calling you? I think I wanna give you some time. You better follow through. Stop playing shine, show me your grind. That's what you ought to do.
on. We finna march. We finna march. It's time to march. Strap your boots on. We finna march. We finna march. It's time to march. It's better to gun, never to run. So here we come. So here we come. To sever the lung. Meticulous to the letter. Ridiculous think you ever get with this lyricist. I really think I'll be feeling this shit forever. Gotta get my shit together, regardless of the weather. And if I think my mental's clever, smoking a swisher sweet on leather, the niggas can't keep me tethered. I'll fuck around, pull the levers. Hot while you niggas wearing squares. And they got people in place wherever. I really wanna shake the ladder. Or maybe it makes me smarter. Really it makes me harder. Make me better to praise my daughter. You people gon' check the order. How many wanna be a martyr? How many is getting larger? Any respect the father. Strap your boots on. We finna march. We finna march. It's time to march. Strap your boots on. We finna march. We finna march. It's time to march. Live slide, situation, faces and names. Live slide, catching cases, chasing them games. Why you gotta kill for 15 seconds of fame? And why I keep it real but still expecting to change? Why do I feel like redirecting my pain? Smiling while I'm saying to myself I'm insane. Hating for your health, you can't help but be lame. Obsessed with the wealth and it's melting your brain. I done heard them discussions about cases and planes, and I done seen repercussions. I ain't touching the game. Choose the pictures you like, we just making the frame. You can have a light, but we taking the flame. Strap your boots on, we finna march. We finna march, it's time to march. Strap your boots on, we finna march. We finna march, it's time to march.
It's better to gun, never to run. Either way, ball to the righteous ones. I'm a soldier, dressed in fatigue, and turn up my boots, ain't scared of no one. Ready for war, even if I'm sleep. Waking up, busting these niggas on sight. I'm shining like a motherfucker, even the blind can see the light. Y'all think I'm ready, but we come with the heat that make y'all do it again. Remain the same as we keep it real. The format bitch niggas could never win. And I'm always ready to attack, making sure that you ain't coming back. Even these bitches don't get no slag when these boots are fucking black. Nickel.
Yeah, man.
That's hot shit right there, man.
So what we gonna do? We gonna dub that?
Yeah, man, let's do it, dog. Let's get it done, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's hot shit.
Hey, say y'all load that down right quick, bro. I got a little message or something, you know what I'm saying?
Hi, this is Dr. Nicole calling from Fort Plaza Hospital to inform you that Cassell Williams has died with multiple gunshot wounds to the head at 4:45 a.m. For further information, you can contact the hospital at 713-225-8618.
Man, these niggas fucked up. Oh my God, yo, fucked up. Black bandana, finger on the hammer. You won't see these apes go bananas. Ride with the heat, ride with the heat, ride with the heat, ride with the heat. Yeah. Black bandana, fingers on the hammer. You won't see this ape go bananas. Ride with the heat, ride with the heat, ride with the heat, ride with the heat. Yeah. Motherfucker gotta die. You gotta die, motherfucker gotta die. Go banana, my fingers on the hammer for you nail type niggas. I'm a jail type nigga. Give a hell about hell, my nigga. Flame was doing fine till they killed my nigga. Now I gotta touch him up, rough him up, fuck him up, bucking stuff at his family. Killing his people randomly. Man, nigga gon' handle me. Him a nigga, he ain't die in vain. I'ma ride on his name and shoot 5 in the sky. And them niggas who killed him must be ready to die. They could give me the chair because I'm ready to fight. Real niggas ride with that chrome and they niggas is gone. Pull out a whole 40, take a scotch to the dome. Yeah, black bandana, fingers on the hammer. You won't see the tapes go bananas. Ride with the heat, ride with the heat, ride with the heat. You gotta die, motherfucker. Black bandana, finger on the hammer. You won't see this thing go bananas. Ride with the heat, ride with the heat, ride with the heat. You gotta die, motherfucker. That was my nigga since a little boy. When we was playing with them little toys. And now I got a kill boy. He was a killer gorilla. He taught me everything. Swear to God on my mother, my brother, the chopper saying, hey, any nigga who I thought who did, I'm coming, homie, and I'm coming get it. What? I smell revenge is all in the air. I'm fucking at your kids cause the boy don't care. You ain't care when you took my nigga life. So I'ma show you what the pipe and the other side like. Chip, die motherfucker, get the fuck out of here. See my partner gone, he got the fuck out of here. Cause the pussy niggas just like you. I'm a gorilla piranha like him, I'm about to bite you. Don't wanna fight you, hit you with that pipe, dude. Show you what the other side like, dude. Hey, it's not a game, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real nigga, you know what I'm saying? I believe when a nigga take my nigga, you know what I'm saying? I'm taking his nigga, I'm taking his family, I'm taking his sperm, I'm taking his kids, cause I'ma shoot him in his nuts, you hear me? Real gangster.
Hey, how y'all doing out there? How y'all feel? Remember, we want you to be an activist. Don't take our word for it. Look that mess up. I ain't gonna lie
Yeah,
today.
awesome.
Yeah. How's it going, Pat? How you feel?
Feeling awesome, bro.
Great. I wanted to start the show off today with like a prayer.
All right.
Thank you, God, for this day we have lived, everything in our life, our health, our family, the guidance you have given us, the many blessings you have given us. Allow us guidance to the path of righteousness with no sway towards the evils of our lower self. Amen, Ra.
Amen.
Yeah. So, like, the name of the show today is Childlike Status. And then the question is, do you think society produces capable people?
Capable for what? That's a question that keeps finding new questions.
Yep. Capable for what is a really good question, because I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even make it that far, because I'm just thinking about how society just kind of like dumbs down everyone, and
Well, but with the facade that they're educated, because these people that, because for me it seems to me that the more degrees you get, the less you are attached to the world. Like, I mean, like, you you know you you know your shit over here, but you don't know shit else.
Right. So, but that's because of the way the system is designed. Like, you're a professional in a specific ass area, but you've been spending your whole life studying in that specific area, and you know that shit, but you don't
Yeah,
know shit about shit else, pretty much.
yeah, pretty much.
And also
Or you're trained to not care. Like, I mean, I think that's the main thing. I think it's more somehow, they're trained to trust the system. So whatever the system tells them, they just take it and they run with it. They don't,
Yeah, that's what I was
I
gonna say. I think an
yeah,
arrogance comes with it when you get up certain professionalism. Because I mentioned it before in another show. It's like you're a professional at this, and you see these same things happen all the time, right? So most of the time you're gonna be right just because you see these things happen all the time, and immediately when you look at it, you're like, boom, I know what it is. But 0.1% of the time, or
you might
0.2%
be
of the
wrong.
time, you're gonna be wrong because you didn't take the time to actually look at it.
Analyze.
But that's what I think happens a lot, and like doctors are a good example of that, like physicians, medical doctors, they're a good
Yes.
example of that, because they see a lot of stuff all the time, and then it's like, hypochondriac people who want to think that they're sick and saying this and that, whatever, and the doctor's not listening to you. But then you got that guy who's coming in, the doctor, and he's telling you about his body, like he's feeling a pain here and he's feeling this over here or whatever, and the doctor
Yeah.
is thinking he's one of those hypochondriacs or whatever, like he sees 1,000 times a day. But this guy is actually telling him what's going on, and if he would have listened to him, then he probably could have diagnosed him sooner, or ordered the proper tests. Because I feel like, it's hit or miss all the time, and it's so scary to go to the doctor because they don't know. And
Well,
that's why I be
it's a perpetual practice. Like they're always like, there's never, I mean, I'm sure that there's a lot of very similar or almost. I'm gonna say it's never exact. issues that you're dealing with from person to person, but it's so similar that you just get into that. But oh well, all right, you remember what you did with the last 100 people, and you know, for the most part, I guess maybe it worked, or you never know because like I mean, I go to the doctor, I hear what they got to say, and then they give me. I really hate medication, so that from that point when they don't really give me a good direction, because I feel like in most cases, like a diet, because a diet has something to do with your health. So if you're not being prescribed a certain, like, hey, you know what? This wasn't helping. It's not helping you out at this point. Not that it's bad, totally bad for you, but right now you probably should back off of this and add some of this to your,
because
to your
they don't even
diet.
ask enough questions. They don't spend enough time with patients. The way our system is set up, most of the time is spent with the nurses and nurses assistants or CNAs or whatever, and the doctor just comes in there and chops it up with you for a few minutes. Really, he should be talking to you for a long time and asking you a bunch of questions, because those questionnaires and shits that you fill out, people not going to really tell the
Yeah,
truth on that all the time, because everybody is looking at that shit. Like, it's stuff that I'm not finna write on there. I want to talk to the doctor. And I be saying that all the time. Be like, they ask me about my symptoms or whatever, and I'll be like, I'd rather talk to the doctor about that. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
don't I don't feel comfortable telling everybody in the office what the hell the real true honest shit that's going on with me. So, and I'm
yeah.
sure a lot of people feel that way. So, but the doctor, he's a professional. And what I'm saying, I need to be honest with this guy, and I need to be comfortable, guy or woman, whoever they are. I need to be 100% comfortable and honest with them so that they can properly diagnose me, because if I'm not telling them the truth, then how the hell are they going to know what the fuck is going on with me? The tests aren't going to tell you everything. They don't know which tests to order.
Well, but also your comfortability with with the doctor and the assessment, the whole experience is a part of the healing. Just because I mean, yeah,
Exactly.
the diet, but just this person
Get
is on your side. They gave like you, it gave you a sense of relief because this person spent their
and
time. He offered suggestions and hey, how this is our plan of action. Let's try this, blah blah blah, whatever, and just the experience could have healed you without
right.
any medicine or anything
And
doing
that's what's
anything
missing
different.
out of our system. And then asking you about what else is going on in your life, because sometimes it's not just diet, because you consume more than just your food that you eat. You know what I'm saying? But
Uh
it
oh.
could be that you're going through a really stressful relationship with your husband or wife or something that's making you sick. You get what I'm saying? It could be your
Yeah.
job is stressing you out and that's making you sick, you know?
And yeah, and sometimes the right conversations actually, because I mean, you might be feeling this thing, this pit in your stomach, and you're going to the bathroom and you're doing this, that, and the other, and really, it's just your nerves. I mean, I think it could be just that in some cases. So
And I'm with you
any
100%.
prescription that you get wouldn't help you.
That's what I'm finna say. I'm 100 with you 100% on that pharmaceutical shit. I don't like that shit. I feel like it's evil off top, and then they just want to make money. So they immediately just like, okay, we got a pill for that, or we got some kind of drug for that,
Uh oh.
whatever the hell it is. Damn, everything needs a drug. Like, maybe I just needed a hug. Come on, you get what I'm saying? Like, why do they have to
I,
immediately go to
I,
pharmaceuticals?
it's it's breaking up real bad on my end. Like I can't, like you're breaking up real bad. How do I sound to you?
You sound clear on my end. You sound clear. Maybe if I slow down a bit, it's like they immediately go to drugs. They immediately want to prescribe you something. Like, and I used to work in a doctor's office, and I was in there, and I know about them pharmaceutical reps. And they come around with these new drugs, and they give gifts and stuff to the doctors, and then they tell them about the drugs. They know their shit. But their job, they're salesmen. That's their job. Their job is to sell this drug So but how they sell the drug is by the main way they do it is by samples. But what they do is, like I say, they give the doctor a whole bunch of free shit, and they schmooze with the doctor. They explain to them about the drug, and they give them a bunch of samples, and they're like, hey, try these out with these certain particular patients or whatever, and see how that works out or whatever. So the whole point of it is to get these people on these drugs. You know what I'm saying? And they always got new drugs coming out, always have new drugs coming out, or they just change the damn name or whatever the hell, and then they go to the the pharmaceutical rep. They go around, they drive around, and they go to different doctors and try to convince them to prescribe these drugs to their patients. So like I say, man, it's why is it all about the fucking prescriptions? It's like it's all about money. Like I think that, the reason why people don't trust going to the doctor is because like they always want you to pay for something. And then when you go to the damn pharmacy, the shit be out of control. The damn prices of the shit be ridiculous. And you're like, damn, like, are y'all really trying to help me, or y'all trying to put me in the poorhouse? Like, and then it's like you go to the doctor and you wonder, like, are they just prescribing me drugs? Do I really need this drug? Like, is there something else that they could have done for me?
Yeah, well, I'd like to also explore the opposite of that. The ones who trust the doctors too much, and instead of looking at, potentially natural solutions, which doesn't have to necessarily involve medicine. Like I said, just talking about it, discussing it, and maybe there's other issues that's not necessarily truly medical. It's in your mind, and some people like medications. Some people go so that they can get prescribed something because that's the part that makes them
like feel better, because that's what they want. They want, like, that's what sucks about our system, because the doctor just makes you feel better in ways that's not actually making you feel better. Like they give you what you want. Like you like, I'm hurting, I'm in pain, so I'm gonna just give you some pain pills. Now you're not gonna feel the pain no more. It's like, okay, well, what was causing the pain? Can we talk about that? You know what I mean? And it's like other things, like you feel uncomfortable. Like a big part of the doctor's job is to make you feel comfortable, and that's what they're doing. So, but as far as really treating the patient, it's making the patient feel comfortable is what they're doing. The hospitals want to make the patients feel comfortable. You have the beautiful scenery, you have the fish in the tanks, and you have the fountains and splashing and stuff like that, beautiful hallways. And if it's a children's hospital, it's going to be super colorful with art on the wall and stuff. Like, it's to make them feel comfortable, but actually, like, treating the patient, I think that's secondary to making you feel comfortable, because a lot of people, that's what they want, right? And that's what they want to pay for. So it's kind of like the customer's always right. It's like, I'm in pain, give me some pain pills. Well, what's causing the pain? Let's talk about that and work on that. Nah. Can you please give me something to make you stop hurting?
like it's too painful to talk about it. So just give me something to numb it, and that way I can continue having the same problem when I come back in a couple of weeks to get some more of this medicine, to get another prescription. And for some people, I call them subscriptions, because it's like some people like are not trying to get off of it at all. Like they're not gonna find another solution. It's like, wait a minute, all right, this thing keeps happening. Does God really not cure anymore? Like, well, no, I mean, he does. It's just that your mind is not in a godly place. You're more so thinking you're trusting in man more than you trust in God.
Yeah. What's up, Curtis?
What up, bro?
I'm getting a lot of background noise though.
Yeah,
The
I'm
cars
I'm
driving
on the
by.
streets.
Okay, you about to be at the house or something?
Yeah.
All right.
What's up?
What's
What's
up,
that?
man? How you feel?
Long time no hear.
Yeah, man. I've been busy. I've been very
I,
busy, man. Trying to. I've been listening, but yeah, trying to get
I,
some of the extracurricular activities
uh-oh.
off of me. Uh-oh.
That sound like them demons. That sound like Lilith.
Hey, man,
Did you
what's up?
Uh-oh.
did you catch any of the show when we was talking about Lilith?
Oh,
What do you know?
dude, I already know. I know about Lilith.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in that. Dude, Lilith, yeah. Oh. Because Adam wouldn't, uh, uh, Lilith wouldn't submit. That's some crazy shit, and it's kind of what we're going through right now. It's like I don't need a woman to submit. Me personally, I just know that dude, fuck, we're all fucking humans, man. This shit is
Well, I mean,
erratic. It's very
well,
erratic.
Insane.
I think there's levels to it.
There is
Because
levels because we there's levels, Pat, because we both have different jobs and shit. But man, like
yeah,
it's
because I mean,
going a little bit too far.
because us as men, we have to submit too. Like
Yes, that's
you,
facts. Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah. So, what do you think about Lilith as far as like, the first and Adam like, man, I'm not feeling her. Like, she's not submitting. Give me somebody that's made from something, weaker than give me something a little not so.
I think
Not
somebody that's
so.
trying to control the situation is gonna have problem with somebody that's just not doing what they say. I mean, I think that's the problem. And if you're that type of guy that's insecure about having a woman that has their own thoughts and have like their own likes and things like that, like you're gonna have problem with pretty much every woman you cross.
Yeah.
So
No,
I don't
yeah,
know.
dude. It's human nature. Look, personally, I feel like the first and Chaka, this is gonna be back end. The first problem that you can possibly bump into is yourself. It's your fucking
Mm-hmm.
self. You got to deal with yourself first before you deal with anything else out here.
Yep.
Like all bullshit aside. So, like with that said, if we're going back to biblical things and shit like that, it's like, so you're telling me the creator of our universe. Remember, there's several universes out there. We just can't see them. And a lot of people will try to take me on that and say that, oh, no, it's just us. It's just us. I put up a post a couple of days ago, and I'm not getting off subject, but I put a post a couple of days ago, and it shows the new satellite that's out there right now taking pictures of us and blah blah blah, this that, and the other. Am I downplaying it? But yeah, man, dude, we are on a fucking planet, and we don't know where we don't fucking know. You're spending billions of fucking dollars trying to figure out, are we the only ones there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're already destroying this motherfucker. Like, fucking for real. Like, my mom's calls me at 7 o'clock in the morning. She's like, oh, God. I hope, dude, if we are lost, then, dude, it's probably best that we fucking stay there. And my ideology about what the hell is happening in this world and on our planet it's always going to be out there. It's always going to be out there, dude. I believe that I have a universe within myself because, dude, there's
Facts.
dude. Oh my God.
So like, yeah. So you mentioned the pictures. There's some really good pictures coming out. I can't wait till they start
they're
analyzing,
badass, bro. They're badass.
analyzing
Yes.
it and really giving us the data from this stuff. So yeah, they
Dude,
can see further than they've ever been able to see. and they got some really cool pictures. And what a lot of people don't understand is like you're looking back in time when you're looking at these pictures, especially when it's really far away, because like those things haven't even happened yet or whatever. Like
because
like
we're thinking about
because that was, you know what, I was actually going to ask that question, because are we actually seeing into the future? Because some people say, you know, because I mean I think it could go either way.
Pat, it's not about seeing into the future, dude. These are light years away. That information has to go light years away and come back. You know what I'm saying? That information, that's light years away. Light years, bro.
Yeah. So, and we can't even comprehend that. It's so much time.
No, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
So, but you know, we can't see the edge of the universe. So that's the thing. We can't see the edge. So then, how can you even say
there is no edge?
Right. So how can you say there's an edge if you've never seen one? From in all directions, they look in all directions.
Yes, they do.
They can't.
No. The thing about it is, like, oh, that's what these motherfuckers clamp onto. Even your smartest motherfucker running around here, right the fuck now. Now. That's what they clamp on. That's what they clamp onto. No, I'm not gonna say anything religious. I'm not gonna say anything religious. But that's what they clamp onto. And it's like, hold on, slow your boat. And it's like, dude, that's more after that little millisecond that you take to fucking think. There's more after that, bro. There's 10 times more after that. I don't even have the math right. So I was saying this to say for yesterday's episode, when I chimed in and was like, and Shaka was like, "Oh, do you think you're crazy?" Hell yeah, man! Because with our rules and what we live by and what we do and how we live our lives, dude, more than half of these motherfuckers, more than half of them will be considered fucking crazy. Like you can lock up in a fucking instance.
Yeah, literally insane asylum.
Literally.
And wait, your mic is breaking up. You at first you were sounding clearer. I think you bumping it on your jacket or something.
My bad, man. I fix that.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, literally insane, bro. Like that's what we was talking about. Like I think that it's a lot of people walking around. How would you get diagnosed? You're not gonna diagnose yourself. You're not gonna be like, oh, I'm crazy. Like I need to go to the doctor.
Bro, the thing about it with us is you've been given free existence, and you don't know how to deal with it based on everybody else that's fucking here, because everybody else that's fucking here will bring your ass down because of their ideology, because of what they believe.
Yeah,
like
and then of course and then some people gonna get angry because your explanation of life is gonna be so, you know, like it's out there. I mean,
yes,
it makes sense. I mean, I'm sure, like it probably makes sense to a lot of people, but for those who have not expanded their minds far enough, you know, you're gonna immediately be insane to them because their mind hasn't bent and formed enough to accept anything other than.
You hit a good point. Right there, and that's what I'm trying to say. I don't post too much on Facebook anymore because I realize that, dude, the masses are trying to keep the more intelligent people, and I'm not saying I'm one of them. I always consider myself an asshole, and I'm not downing myself. I'm an asshole. I'm a fucking asshole. You can meet me any goddamn day. But the damn thing about it is, no, I'm not keeping you down. The masses are keeping the more intelligent people down just so the more stupid people can feel safe on the fucking planet that they will never know anything about.
No, not safe, comfortable.
Yeah.
Facts. You just said it. Yeah, so you comfortable with getting your ass destroyed. Fuck that shit. Kiss my ass.
Wait. Let's go back to the pictures. What's the name of the telescope or whatever? Do you remember? I can't think of it right now. That they got the pictures from. It's a new.
No. There's a new one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
it's named after some guy. It's named after some guy.
All right, man. It's good to see you still here.
Go ahead.
No, I can't remember right off right now, and I can't look it up.
Yeah, I
Number
can't
one,
think.
I'm driving, but
Yeah, I can't think of it. But anyways, we was talking about how like it's light years in the past that you looking, right? And then it's like that's
or
the thing.
but no, that's the part. That's why I
That's
asked you. I was like, no, we can't fathom it. But my question is, maybe we're looking at light years into the future.
right, because that's what I was about to say though. Because now all we know is now, right? We know that time is just we use it
To
as a
continue
tool.
on now, yeah, we're always dealing with a continuum now in this dimension.
Yeah.
In
So
other dimensions, like shit,
well,
all you need is the ability to imagine, to be able to discover past things or even future things.
yeah. So, but that's what I mean. So eternal now. So, and then we're looking back light years back or forward or whatever, and then we're like eternal now. We know it's eternal now. So all of these things, the future, the past, and the present are this at the same time.
All at the same time.
Because that's what Einstein was saying. Time. We say space time, and we're trying to separate space from time. And Einstein
is no
saying
separation of space or time. They all exist at once.
So we're talking about the thousands of light years away, or light years away, and we're talking about that's time because of the space.
Well, we can call it. But that's a good way to describe it. But to either say either or is to say that it's past the present. I mean, that'll always be debatable, because like that's not something that we truly can answer, because it could be either.
And we only have our perspective, and that's what he was trying to explain, Einstein, with the theory of relativity, being that depending on which side you're looking at or where you are,
your point of view. Your point of view could allow you to see it.
Perceptions are destroyed every day, bro. I see it all the time. Perceptions are destroyed every day, man. And it's like
he said perceptions are destroyed every day. So I really want to impact people's perspective with this show, is what I be trying to do, and conversations like this.
Yeah, I know that.
Is good, I think, because it expands people's mind about these things, because it's really like you're trying to wrap your mind around it. But then, like you said, a universe within yourself, and then they say the universe is mind. You think about your mind and how your imagination works.
No, see, the problem with these motherfuckers is they can't think about their mind, compare it to the universe that's already out there, the universe that they already don't fucking know.
Right, and that's what I was about to say. The connection. Like, what if the things that you be imagining when you're sleeping is literally happening somewhere in the universe?
You're going straight to what? I don't know how you're doing it, but everything that you're saying has.
I'm sorry for jumping you right then. But I'm sorry for jumping you right then. But the fact of people can't imagine that your dreams are you. That's what you do in your Luna.
In another realm that exists at the same time somewhere else, you're living that. Like that was you.
Yeah.
That's why I hate the nightmares. They scare. I hate having nightmares. My nightmares be realistic as hell. I wake up tired and sweating.
Look, I've had some nightmares. I guess that was supposed like nightmares that kind of scare me. But I've also had some, I guess, what would be considered nightmares that I enjoyed and I had fun in.
Yeah,
like
I would say the
same. I would say, bro, I was like Luke Skywalker slaying.
Oh my God! See, Pet, you're a demon, bro.
Yeah, you probably want to bust down.
So because I'm fighting, because I was fighting demons.
Yeah, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Shoot, I'm a savior.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw myself as that too before I figured out something else. Like, God damn, dude. Fuck.
but yeah, so the space time and then our mind, imagine our mind being the universe, like each one of our mind like projecting a universe, you know what I'm saying, of, and it's just like
Well,
chaos, just like our thoughts are, just complete, really just chaos. It might have some order in there, but overall it's chaos, and you don't even really have
yeah,
control of it. It's just kind of like doing its thing. you know
yeah.
Yeah.
Individualism. Individualism. That's the only way I can possibly see that. I'm like, dude, do you? Do you? Everybody always sees that shit and is like, oh, do you? Oh, here you go. To destroy, dude. I've perpetuated the whole I'm gonna fucking kill you and destroy you for fucking years. And at the end of the day, when I lift them up and I'm like, do you see what the fuck has happened? No, 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 no. Because you don't even know who the fuck you are. You didn't even think about what the fuck you were going through. So that's why I'm fucking done. Honest to God, that's why I'm fucking done. I'm like, oh, if you can't see yourself in 5, 10, 15 minutes, a week, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, dude, if you can't see yourself within weeks, I might even including me. You still went through that shit. You
yeah
still
i
went through
i
that shit. And I
I
was
don't know
there,
if
and you don't have to include me.
I don't know if
Like,
the audience,
people have problems.
I don't know if the audience,
They
Just
might be
saying.
lost right now.
but I hear him though. I ain't gonna lie, because I
No,
know
I
him.
feel no, I
That's
feel
right,
you.
bro.
But that's what I was about to
Wait.
say though. But look, Curtis, listen to me. I feel you and I hear you like way straight in my heart, bro. Because I have that same
I
thing where I
know,
don't
dude.
have much
That's why,
patience for that shit.
dude.
But
That's
listen,
why we us.
but listen, but listen, but listen. We can't allow ourselves to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Because you know in your heart that people have to work together and we have to be like as a group with social. We
You
have
see,
to build
yes,
together.
everything else on this fucking planet is a fucking group, except for fucking humans.
Well, I'm gonna
Everything
tell
else in
you.
this fucking planet.
Look, I'm gonna tell you that
It's
it takes some
us.
balance.
It's fucking us. We're the goddamn
Look,
problem. Fuck.
look,
Go ahead.
listen
ahead,
to me
Pat.
for a second. All right, because I mean, regardless, I mean, everything is built on having a level of balance. Because I mean, yes, we might have some vision, like being able. It's not just us, of course, that sees what we see, but you know, when we're dealing with those who don't, you know, we have to still give that forgiveness and not like point the finger or blame or whatever, because I mean, they can't help it. They just not able to see yet. Like their stomach is still fucked up. That you know, like their intuitions, them trusting themselves. Like they have a lot of trauma that they're dealing with that doesn't allow them to really, you know, see outside of just this three-dimensional
And it's so sad. That
realm.
breaks my heart. That breaks my heart. So at the end of the day, we still gotta have some
But
compassion. You know what I'm saying?
but at the same time, that's what gives it balance. We're able to utilize powers they're not using.
And
They
that's why
like
we
they help generate us.
so that's
So
why we
like
have to have compassion for them.
exactly.
You know?
That's the point I'm trying to make. Like if it wasn't for, because I mean, you know, if everybody's using their own, you know, I mean, it wouldn't be like this. It wouldn't be nothing exceptional or different about us. Like we all would be seeing the same shit. So like it's gonna take that,
Yeah.
you know, acceptance. We have to have that
Dude,
acceptance of
we're
this
supposed
is
to
where we
see
at.
different shit, bro. We're
Yeah.
supposed to see different shit, bro.
Yeah.
My life is not yours. My life is not Shaka's. We're supposed to see different shit.
That's how we
But
see the whole universe together.
it's on the individual to either be the devil or God, because that's the game that these motherfuckers are playing. And by no means, whatever you believe, I'm not in that game anymore, bro. I'm not in that game. I won't. Dude, I'm not getting into my belief systems. Did somebody did a being create this? You fucking right. You can't have energy without where'd it come from? Like, and I'm sorry, I sound stupid now, but
No,
you
no,
can't
you
you
don't.
can't you can't
It's
have energy. It doesn't come from just nothing. Energy doesn't come
right.
from nothing. There's several fucking galaxies in our own universe, but there's several universes
Uh,
out here just that we'll never find
let's
in
let.
our lifetime.
Hey, I'm sorry, Curtis, but we gotta kind of hold up on the cursing
Yeah,
as much as we can. I ain't gonna say none, but let's kind of
yeah.
watch it a
And,
little bit.
and the mic is kind of breaking up real
So
bad. Uh,
yeah,
yeah. So multiple universes. People, people seeing, trying to think outside of the box. You know what I'm saying? And they tell you to think outside of the box, but they don't really want you to. They're like, not like that. You know what I'm saying? No, 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 not like
well,
that.
there has to be a controlled level. Look, it's got to be a controlled level of how far outside of the box you can, you can wander. You know what I'm saying? So other people can still feel safe
Yeah, because you make them feel
or
uncomfortable.
comfortable. Yeah, comfortable is the word.
Yeah, you make them feel uncomfortable when you start thinking all the way out the box. They're like, "Wait a minute, no, we've done it like this all the time, and it's worked." So, yeah, we don't know what
but
you're talking
but
about.
but but look, I'm gonna say, bro, this is something I've been contemplating for a while because like we've been having some of the little conversation back and forth for the past couple of days or maybe even a week or so about like my relationship with my dad and this, that, and the other. But me thinking outside the box angers some family members or friends, a few people that's close to me. But at the same time, those same things that I, did my research on and I'm telling people about that I'm so in their mind, their perspective, I'm so far out of the box. I mean, there's proof showing up left and right. Like even but like they're starting to take data down from some of these websites so that it looks like a Mandela effect of like the some information that was there all of a sudden is just not there anymore. Like it's a weird thing, and I would talk more to you about it in detail, but it does have something to do with those who did get stuck and those who didn't, and in comparison to each other, who's better off and who's what I'm saying harming others.
I
So
hear you, and getting stuck is
yeah,
what happens, and it's a lot of people out here that's stuck, and that's what happens though. The system is like that, and then it's weird how it does, like the people who are like thinkers, the people who are like creative and thinking outside of the box, that the system wears them down. You know what I'm saying? Over time they just become I don't know, muted, um, emasculated, softened. You know what I mean? Because time after time they keep,
you
like
know,
I say, they keep saying not like that, not like that, or oh my baby's special, or he just special. It's okay, y'all. It's like it's
well,
the patronizing, the ugh.
my question of the day is, is it education or indoctrination?
Yeah.
And a lot of people think that they're educated when they're really just they're in like you're trained. You're not educated. Like education comes from with like you educate yourself. Indoctrination comes from outside.
Yeah, but the what's so bad about that is that you don't have to go to school to get indoctrinated. You know what I'm saying? Even though they like
Well, no, but if you are in the you know I think it has a lot to do with how who you trust um when your information comes from. Like if you know you look at me and you say, okay, so I mean, of course, yeah, I did some college or whatever, but the most of my information, things that I know, didn't come from those sources. It came, you know, from other sources, but
Yeah,
it's
but
more reliable.
the TV, the
It's
media, TikTok, all of that is like, you know what I mean? What I'm saying is, you don't have to go to school to get it. You know, the movies,
no.
like any movie that comes from United States
It,
that's
it,
about the
it,
military is basically propaganda
well, no, it's not even just military shit. I
or
mean, bro,
history,
like, say,
historic
bro,
events.
you can be indoctrinated by Marvel. Just depend, especially like it
Exactly.
depends um
Thanos.
on.
Think.
I mean, it could. I mean, like it really. I think a lot of times it has dual meanings, and based on your perception, like the way that you see and understand things, it allows you to only see that one side of that duality. So I mean, it could, like we could both meet, like we can go see the same movie and have two totally different experiences from that movie.
Right. I ain't gonna lie. The philosophy of Thanos, you know, the whole thing with like like the universe needs more resources or whatever, and like so it's better for everybody if you just reduce them half of people and did it fairly too, like not in an unfair way, like completely just random.
Well, I think it was more of a natural way because I mean, if you look at some of the stuff that I sent you today, I had the little funny question afterwards, but like there's gonna be natural ways that all of this stuff, like was some people think that they're planning, and because I mean they think their plan is gonna be the one that overreaches nature, like they obviously have
They're
lost their minds.
insane. So that goes back to what we're talking about. That that is insane. And then that show, we played clips of that video, the video, and they talked about it. He said the elites, they're insane. That's what he was saying. Like the system has worked on them too.
No,
And
not too, especially.
yeah,
It's not that it worked on them too. It worked on them especially because they're trying to, like as if their mental powers are stronger than, you know, God, the universe, like they can outthink the universal mind and make everything go against what was already intended to happen, period. So all they're doing is speeding up their own demise.
cause how the hell, like, can you turn off the sun? You know what I'm saying? Can you just turn it off? You know what I'm saying? Can you know what I
Well,
mean?
I mean, hey, you can go hide up in the damn mountains. You won't, what I'm saying? Go find you a cave. Go crawl up in your cave for a
You know,
couple
keep
centuries.
that's insane. Can you stop the rain? Can you make the rain stop? You know? You know? Come on. Y'all are tripping. Can you stop the mountain from growing or shrinking or whatever it is doing? Like, get the hell out of here. You can't do none of that.
Oh,
Um
okay. I was gonna say, I thought I lost you for a minute.
yeah, so that's the thing though. But I think that's what we need to do, right? We need to get back to nature, right? And look at nature and get all our lessons from
What, what,
that.
what,
And
what that was our biggest fault was falling for the okie doke. And I mean, I've mentioned this in different places that like that was our biggest downfall was to try to like we fell for that whole American dream. We already had it. We had the American dream. when we had our own farms, like we depended on ourselves, each other, and we grew our own food. We traded with this family, that family. Like we had our own system that we followed. That was nothing was wrong with it. And like
And
that's the same system that we have to get back to. Like it's like we don't have to do no real deep thinking about
it's
how to
not even
fix it
complex.
at
Just
all.
go back to cherishing nature. Caring about it. Stop polluting and shit. Like people can argue about global warming or climate change if it's a thing or if it's not a thing. Forget about all that. Look at the damn rivers, bruh. Look at the oceans. You know what I'm saying? Just look at that
Well,
shit. Look
I
at how
mean,
the trees are gone. Look at the brown burning ass grass and shit. Like this is what we did. This is, we as in humans. The rivers
well,
is
well, you know what? Maybe this is what the coded language in the Bible meant when they talked about fire and brimstone. That you know next time it wouldn't be done by water, it would be by fire. I mean,
Mhm.
this could very well
The
be what.
purge. The next purge. Purge the earth. And not
Oh
everybody
yeah,
gonna
I mean
make it.
it has to happen. I mean, bro, it's cycles in this. But I mean, for somebody to any one of us to decide who should lead and try to put a plan together, like you gonna be the first one to go.
Because it ain't gonna
Like
work out like that.
yeah, I
Whatever.
mean you going totally against nature. You think you more powerful than me. Like than the universe. I'm saying me speaking from that point of view, but like bro, you really don't know how this thing works, do you?
And if we just look at the sun, like I be saying, it's like, what do you think is gonna happen in the morning? Is the sun gonna come up in the morning?
Look, the sun will, like, whether you see it or not. I mean, maybe there's clouds, but it's gonna be up there.
Yeah.
It'll be there. So
So
Can y'all
I
that's
hear
hate
what
to
we
me?
have
bust.
to accept.
I
Yeah,
hate to
we can hear
bust.
you.
Yeah, we got you there. Yeah.
All right. All right.
Yeah, so it ain't gonna be no surprises. Like the sun not gonna disappoint you. You know what I mean? It's coming around. It's
Look,
gonna come
if
back
if
around.
if you have any hint, if you have any hint of light, I mean, whether you see it bright, clear, and bright, or not, like I said, it's there.
And that's what we have to
Yeah, it's
see.
there, bro.
And accept this as reality. Like, this is the universe. This is what we live in. Living on our screens, watching TV, all of this fake shit. We're forgetting that, we're really on a ball floating through chaos. You know what I'm saying? And there's plenty
Hey,
of.
can I lay some knowledge?
Go ahead.
I'm just asking.
Go ahead.
So the world is traveling through the galaxy at 300 43,000 miles per hour, bro. If the world stops spinning, it'll kill all of us. That's Neil deGrasse Tyson. And I thought about that shit and was like, yeah, you fucking right, because we've been going at this shit our whole fucking life, dude. It's like
Is
that
he saying
is the
Earth itself, or
yes, Earth
Yeah.
itself, bro. If
because
it
I thought the
stops fucking
rotation
spinning,
was
Wait,
I
go
thought
ahead.
the
go ahead.
rotation itself was like 1,000 miles per hour, but
No,
you're
no, no,
saying
it's not.
like
It's not.
through the universe.
That's
The,
that's that, that's how far we're spreading. That's how far we're spreading off
Well,
of where the Big Bang Theory started.
yeah, we're speeding through the
We're
universe.
speeding. We're fucking speeding.
And
Yes.
it's stuff coming by us all the time.
All the fucking time.
Good thing we got Jupiter not that far away, because
Yep.
Jupiter is so big, its gravity sucks in a lot of the stuff that comes
Yep.
in our near solar system. You know what I'm saying? So it's like our big brother. It protects us. Like we're really in a Goldilocks zone. It's so crazy. They're the perfect distance away from the sun, you know, to be warm enough to have liquid water. You know what I'm saying? But further enough away to not fucking burn to death. And we just so happen to have that rotation that goes around. And the
don't forget about the ozone, bro. Because
I was gonna
protect. Bro.
I was going to mention that, but okay, so we got the tilt, and then we got the rotation that gives us our seasons and our year cycle from winter, you know what I'm saying, summer,
and that correction that it does every so often by changing so many degrees, that angle changes.
It has a wobble on it, and so and then we was he's talking about the atmosphere outside of us. Just so happened, like I say, we're floating through the space. It's chaos. And we also have this perfect little bubble around us that keeps in our atmosphere so that we can have oxygen to breathe and shit, and causes us to be able to have the rain cycles and so forth. It's like a marble or something, like an outer freaking and so this is holding in everything.
It's only hot. Well, based on some new calculation that what's your boy's name? The actor? Yeah, man.
I can't think of it. Afrin Crockett.
Who?
I can't think of the name.
No. The one that played the rapper, the Memphis rapper of the movie.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of his name though.
Well, he does physics, and he says that pretty much every element that we have is just a different degree of hydrogen.
Yeah, because that's the first. That's number one. That's the one. People need to memorize that periodic table of elements, because that thing will help you understand things.
What's in our bodies is hydrogen, carbon, okay. Hydrogen,
even carbon is just another level or strength of hydrogen.
Yeah.
But everything that's out there, it's within us.
Silver, copper,
not silver.
Yeah,
not
but
silver.
see, look,
you can't live with silver in your body, bro.
Yes,
hydrogen, you can with on your body. That's why that shit turned green. I'm just saying.
No, what turns green? No, you talking about fake shit.
Oh shit.
Well, but look, my point is that we're just on this perfect little Garden of Eden. It's the perfect ass environment for us. We don't have to wear no masks or oxygen tanks or whatever. Like, all the food and stuff that we need practically just grows freely. We have water that we can drink that just flows down. You know what I'm saying? We live on a perfect ass little freaking environment for us. Even though we're floating through chaos and destruction, and we get to live in this perfect little, environment. It's really amazing when you think about it, and we should be thankful.
No, well, I am.
You should be.
So and then because if we care about God's creation, then we should protect it, right? We should take care of it. We should act like a good steward, clean up after ourselves, not dump trash in the ocean and fucking oil in the rivers and shit.
Well, there's no time that we know that something like this has ever happened like this. Like, I mean, ghettos, prisons. Like, I mean, bro.
I'm agreeing. I'm not just agreeing with you, but as far as our society goes, and as far as I have to, no. I don't deal with my pigmentation. As far as what I go through, knowing that you're treating me this way because I'm a certain color, and motherfuckers can't come back to me with a legitimate, intelligent answer. Nah, bro.
Your mic.
We don't waste this shit. We don't waste
what
this
to say?
Wait, Curtis. Your mic is breaking up. Your mic breaking up real bad. It's hard to hear you. Are you still outside?
Okay. Yeah, I'm still outside. Can you hear me better?
It's breaking up, bro. Like, should get on some Wi-Fi or something. I think it's your connection is slow.
It's because I'm moving.
Yeah. It's probably
but-
switching satellites or something.
Probably. That could be applicable answer. That yeah. Actually, yeah. That's very applicable.
So you're questioning your brown color?
Oh hell no! I didn't say that shit. I didn't say I was questioning my color. I was talking about the shit that I have to go through because of it. Like, I can see that shit. That's easy. That's easy.
I mean, the jealousy, that's easy. I mean, when you're part of the superior. See, I'm not even gonna go there because I know that makes some people nervous.
No, it don't make me nervous. As far as look, I don't feel that I'm superior to anybody. But once you fuck up,
but we're talking about genetics, because there's a you have to look at
you breaking up.
Genetically, there are more superior beings than others.
And my only question is, what are you doing here? Because there's a lot of motherfuckers running around here, just on what is God given. You know what I'm saying? Like they run around with what's God given. God given is shit that you know out of doubt. What are you looking into it?
Bro,
and then it's like this is not it's not.
Say, bro, you see, you sound like AI right now. I don't know to consider you human or
I'm not getting you good, bro. You breaking up real bad. It's we can't even understand what you're saying.
And I want to so bad.
All right, let me call you when they're at home.
All right. Let me just jump into this topic right here. Did you hear about this? It was like North Carolina police chief. All her officers resigned because. Hold on, let me just play this. Am I sharing it? No, I'm not sharing. I think it's a black lady came in, and I think that she was like talking. This is my speculation. I don't know, people. So, but this is my speculation. And she was in there.
You talking about the district attorney?
No, she was she's a Chili's. I don't want to say it wrong.
County now, where sheriff's deputies will soon be feeling the effects of what's going on in Kenly with the police department resignations there. WRAL has now obtained all 8 resignation letters from the employees there and the police officers. They cite a hostile work environment with the town manager and stress, among other things. WRAL's Chelsea Donovan is in
town manager
Kenly for us tonight with the new information we've learned since we broke this story last night. What do we know?
Dan, so the mayor and the town council are the ones responsible for hiring the town manager. However, none of them responded to any of my emails, calls, or texts to shed light on the questions that are rippling through this town and what's going to happen after the entire police force leaves. It's known as Friendly Kenly.
I love the small town atmosphere.
A quaint town of around 2,000 residents where everybody who strolls down these streets knows your name and
where everybody knows your business.
That business, a sudden mass exodus of the entire police force, including the chief and 2 of the town employees.
What's going on here that we don't know about?
Chief Josh Gibson, at the helm of the force for 2 decades, one of 7 putting in a resignation letter. Gibson alluding to a hostile work environment since town manager Justine Jones was hired last month. WRAL has obtained the resignation letters from Chief Gibson, many of his officers, Sharon Evans, town clerk, and Christy Thomas, utility clerk, all put in yesterday. Utility clerk Christy Thomas writes, due to the current situations and stress, I will not let myself be around that kind of atmosphere. Chief Josh Gibson says, due to a hostile work environment now present in the town of Kenly, I do not believe progress is possible. We asked Justine Johnson about the letters today and said she couldn't talk as it's a personnel matter. WRAL has learned Jones sued her previous employer, Richland County, South Carolina, for gender and racial discrimination after she was terminated in 2015. She alleges hostile treatment by county leaders and retaliation for reporting bad behavior. The lawsuit case was voluntarily dismissed. Just 3 part-time officers now patrolling these streets is of great concern to longtime residents and business owners.
It's very scary to think that that is a significant amount of security for a small town.
Now, Town Attorney Chip Hewitt speaking out today, he says, quote, we just learned about this yesterday. It affects the entire police department and staff members. We are looking at having an emergency special meeting to figure out how to move forward with it. Now, as far as...
Okay. Now, the reason why, I don't just randomly play news stories like these. This caught my eye because, okay, let me go back to this.
For reporting bad behavior, the lawsuit...
It's like they made her look like she was a criminal. Isn't this the lady who's the town, what did they call her? The town manager or something? Like, how the hell do you get a position like that if you're a damn criminal? But they made her look all like criminalistic. And then she's a brown lady, I'm sorry. And then you had those people, they said they making complaints of, bad behavior complaints. So the people just didn't want to act right. So they all freaking quit because they wanted to freaking, racially profile people or something.
Well, the thing about that is that, these people have been having this system in place. It looked like it was another white lady that was ahead, that was the manager, the county manager or city, whatever she is. But I think that there was, from what it sounded like, this woman that was there before, or she had made some, she made some allegations or whatever in the past. And I think when this new lady started asking questions about this, that, and the other, then everybody starts saying like, it's a hostile work environment. So, regardless of how it plays out, these people, they stay on code with each other. They know when they be doing some messed up stuff. Like if they don't have each other's back, have another person's back when shit goes crazy. They know that when the same thing can happen to them if they don't fall in line when one of the other would get in trouble. So that's what's happening right now. One person is probably in some deep doo-doo, and everybody is just going with that whole idea. All right, you know what? We just got to get rid of her, and we're gonna say that it's because of her that we have hostile work environment.
Yeah.
So
here, let me read the caption underneath the video. It says, Kenly Police Chief Josh Gibson and his full-time officers resign on Wednesday. The town is left with 3 part-time officers to run the rest of the department, serving a population of about 2,000. It says Kenly's town attorney Chip Hewitt told News that the town will be holding an emergency meeting on Friday night at 7 p.m. to discuss how the town will be handling public safety. Gonna figure out how we're gonna go forward.
Hire some people from the next county over.
But it's interesting. Let me read some. These are comments underneath the video. First comment, it says, seems kind of fishy and extremely petty for the police to quit because they don't like someone who has been there for less than a month. Sounds like they're upset with one of their friends didn't get the position and are throwing a tantrum. Maybe they were crooked and she wasn't playing ball. When cops put the safety of the community in jeopardy over personal and political grievances, it demonstrates that they shouldn't have been officers to begin with. Just another chapter of the blue line
Yeah.
gang disbanding and leaving open positions for real police officers. The same thing has happened in a few small towns recently. The corrupt good old boy system had a good long run, but it's finally coming to an end.
Bro, it's a lot of new energy in our solar system right now. It's changing shit crazy. Like, say, bro, a lot of this stuff is not just no happenstance. This is, if you want to talk about God working, this is like, there's a lot of God's work in, like, visibly seen.
Yeah, that was a nice comment. Let me read some more. Actually, let me paste that comment because that was nice. Can I do it? Hold on, yeah. Give me 1 second. Let me paste this. All right. Next comment. It says, "That's what happens when you have local government who hate the police." When you have local government who hate the police, I guess that's a person who's feeling like, the police aren't the problem. Like these
Yeah,
bureaucrats.
that's one of those blue lives matter over all everything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
they can't do no wrong.
like back the
Type.
blue.
Yeah.
No matter who.
No matter how evil they might get or be that they are. None of that matters. We just gotta support they bullshit because we feel comfortable as long as they comfortable.
Look at this comment. It says affirmative action hire. Then everything becomes racist that is directed at this affirmative action hire. She has been chased out of more than one town. Another comment, it says the woman could have the decency to put the scissors down and look at the damn camera while talking. I didn't notice that. Another one, it says, I keep telling people over and over, don't make stupid comments without knowing the whole story or having all information. In this case, there are no details as to why. Comments are made that have no validity along with vulgar generalizations. Stop making yourself look stupid. Thank you. And I said at the beginning of my
and then
comment.
In this situation, and then in this situation, it's not just one person side, two person side, and then the truth. No, we talking about what 5, 6 different sides, perspectives, or whatever.
Yeah. So
what's really happening? So
yeah. So when at the beginning I said I don't really know. This is like just the surface of this thing. So I do have another video on this, but yeah, I don't really know. So I can't really. I'm just speculating. Who knows what the hell really is going on? It could be the whole other way around. She could just be going in there throwing her weight around, and they really kind of scared of getting sued with some racial stuff. You know what I mean? Like, listen, she could be listening in to them while they're having conversations or something. She really could be making it. She could be making it a hostile work environment. I've seen situations like that before. So who knows? Let me read some more. It says Kinley residents better strapped like Rambo. Another comment, it says they work atmosphere. Is she making them go by the Constitution and not step on people's rights? They mad so what sister get a whole new department of honest cops? Hopefully that's what happens. Damn, it was hard to read your comment, brother or sister. Let me read another one. It says, why would anyone hire someone with a record like hers for the town manager? In a world like we are living in today, come on, girl. I hope they can get ass and these officers cash, I guess, and officers all get their jobs back. Oh, or get her ass. I don't know. Man, you can hear the racism in these comments. Another one says affirmative action hire. Another one says, my poor hometown, what a shame. Good employees had to quit poor choice in hiring a manager, quotation marks. She's left more places before. Another one says, hey guys, is there a puzzle to figure out here? That's an interesting comment right there. Hey guys, is there a puzzle to figure out here? I think there is. I think there is, bro. I think there is. Another one, it says, showing their racist ways plain and clear. Let me read one more. It says, this little town's police department got a history of messy stuff stemming from its former police chief. A town with a population of about 2,000. I'm trying to figure out, what do they consider a mass resignation by the police department? Sounds like a small clique of residents got together and walked out because they didn't like the change. Band of brothers, good old boys. Who gives a crap about this little town? Oh, it's news because it's us against them. Hold on. Black against white. Hold on. Band of brothers, good old boys, black against white. So, of course, they'll make the news all the time. Do us a favor and fix the gas prices, homelessness, price gouging everywhere, housing crisis, and etc. As the plot thickens, I hear people talking about she wanted body cams versus a fleet of police cars. Okay, so nobody else wanted cams? Suspect. Why? Lack of accountability, Can't lie on the cam when you yell, he's got a gun, knowing it was a cell phone. Tell the truth. Why you really resigned and took your buddies with you? When people make hasty decisions and abruptly leave, there's always more to the story. That was a nice comment too. Freaking what did he say? He's like, this is news because it's just like pitting black people against white people. Like it's like meat. It's red meat for the division. You know what I'm saying? It's red meat for the fight, to get people going, to get people riled up and sensationalized and angry and shit and fighting about something. And then what did he say? He says, do us all a favor and fix the gas prices, homelessness, price gouging everywhere, housing crisis, etc. Like, let's make news about that. Can y'all make some news stories about that? Like, instead of saying what's going on, Ukraine is causing it. Okay, let's say Ukraine war is causing this whole thing. So what are we going to do about it? What's next?
Look, I'm the one that ordered all of that shit to go down over there.
So what's the next move? You know? Come on. I like that. They pulling our chain. They're pulling our leg. That shit is. Hold on.
The town of Kenly will soon be without a full-time police officers, that is.
Right. All the department's officers are quitting. And now neighbors certainly have a lot of questions about what led to these resignations. CBS 17's Joseph Holloway is live at Kenly Town Hall after speaking with both the police chief and the town manager. So, Joseph, what do they have to say?
Well, guys, first of all, it appears that these police cars right here behind me could be parked for quite a while. And everyone involved in this situation, they're really trying to keep tight-lipped right now. But as you can imagine, those resignations, definitely the talk of the town this afternoon. And I heard from a few people who tell me that they are concerned about their safety moving forward. That's after the police chief, Josh Gibson, says he and the department's 4 full-time officers put in their 2 weeks notice because of the environment created by new town manager Justine Jones, who started back in June. But he wouldn't go into details about it and declined an interview because of legal concerns. I also spoke with Jones this morning, and she said that she could not discuss the situation and referred me to Chip Hewitt, who is the town's attorney. Hewitt says he's still trying to figure out the path forward on this because this is a situation he's never seen in more than 25 years representing towns.
I've seen resignations from the politicians, the mayors and the council members. I have seen employees resign I've never seen a resignation when it's an entire department.
The Johnston County Sheriff's Office says it will respond to calls in Kenly here in a couple of weeks. So neighbors are not just left to fend for themselves. But we are still waiting this afternoon to find out when an emergency town council meeting will.
Okay. Final comments on this topic. What you think?
Shoot, I think they're going to get it. Like, it's... The whole situation is crazy as hell. I mean, it only implies, you know, the worst. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all all just got up and left. Just.
And how much do you really care about your community? Shouldn't the police officer is a job kind of like firefighter, school teacher? You know, you're not really supposed to be doing it for a paycheck. Like, you really care about what you're doing, and you're doing it, you know, to make a difference or whatever. You know what I mean? So, like, how much do you really care about your community if you're willing to just up and leave them, like, assed out like that? Well, y'all deal with y'all shit on your own now. Shit. You know, domestic violence, whatever happens, you know, shooting, stabbings, y'all gonna have to deal with that shit. I ain't shit. Call the next county. I'm at the house. Don't knock on the door. Because they probably live right around the corner. It's a small town. They couldn't have just moved. They right down the street. Don't knock on the door. I'm off. Like, sheriff, something happened, bro. Like, it's dude down there acting crazy and shooting and stuff. Shit, I turned in my resignation. Call the next county over. What kind of douchebag? What kind of douchebag would do that?
That would do what exactly?
You know, just leave the city assed out. You know, you're supposed to care. Oh, I did want to talk about the heat. I meant to talk about that in the other video, and then we got off topic on that.
Yeah.
Because UK is getting hit with a heat wave, but you know, a lot of people are going back to there's a historical time like 1930s, I think it was, or something like that, where the temperatures were similar to what they are now. Over here in the States, I don't know about UK. So, but still though, like things like, how do you feel about it? Like, I grew up in Houston and I've dealt with heat, but I feel like it's hotter. It may not be just like global warming, it's just the cycles of whatever the hell is happening, but it's hotter. What do you think?
Shoot, extremely hotter. But I mean, it's a part of that cycle. I mean, you know, we was talking about the calculations and how we're speeding through the galaxies and things like that. I mean, that's a part of the cycles. That's
heat waves, a sweep.
We you know, you try. I mean, you can call it whatever you want to, but it's just it's a natural change. You know, it's the natural changing of you know, our positions in the universe. Some people, you know, yeah, you're gonna call it global warming, and yeah, you can call it. I mean, you can, like I said, you can call it what you want, but it doesn't whether you have fossil fuels, using fossil fuels or not, it was gonna be this hot anyway.
Yeah,
the sun
so
just
but can
closer
we?
to the Earth.
Yeah, so but can we argue that it's hotter though? That's what it's like. Nah, it's not hotter. It was hot. It was this hot in 1936.
Oh, shit. No, I mean, I don't think it's nothing to argue about. I mean, if you more than 2 years old, 3 years old, you might agree with it is hotter than it was last year.
Yeah, man. You gotta water the plants. You can see how the plants. You're looking at the grass, and I was talking about how our grass is German. Like, our grass is not even like, it's not even native plants. Like, they are invasive species and shit. And they just they bad for the environment. And then You can drive around, you see everybody's bushes are dying, their grass is all burnt.
Well, and I mean, we got to also look at the fact that they, the last 2 years, 3 years, I mean, shit, uh, maybe longer than that. I know when Trump was in office, they said that there was some dude that was damn near like Trump that was cutting down trees in the Amazon. Like that is like the ecosystem for the entire planet, not just South America, North America, and whatever. No, the entire planet stayed cool because of the Amazon. Because you want to try to knock it down, for whatever reason, just I don't know, man.
We messing up we like you said earlier about thinking better, and it's like and it's like it's not gonna have an impact, and then it's like how could the a couple of trees I cut down in the Amazon have anything to do with the ice in Antarctica? Like
I don't think
that's not
it's
connected.
I don't think it's just a few trees, but I think it's a bunch of them. But for some people, they'll act as if that has nothing to do with it because you know they know science. But there's gonna be a whole nother group of scientists that's gonna be like, nah, it's got everything to do with that.
And all the other stuff that we do, like, and then we're like, no, I don't have nothing to do with, that, and then it's like what I be saying all the time, and they be talking about the air pollution in China and be like, oh, but the air pollution in China is really bad and da 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 da, and I'm like, you think China's air is different from our air? Is there a barrier to keep China's air from being in our air? Like, people need to think more clearly. Like, the atmosphere is the atmosphere, right? Like, you think that China's air is just gonna stay and hang around just China? Come on, you know what I'm saying? It's not. It's gonna move around. You know.
Yeah.
Well, one day we see an orange sky and we be like, where the hell that came from?
And where is it going?
So, but we don't think like that. We think like, oh, I just gotta, that's China's area. We don't worry about what China is doing. That's not gonna affect us over here. Like no, no. We have to look at it in a global sense. All of the stuff that we do, because we have an impact on the whole system. What we doing in the ocean? Look at the damn oceans, man. And that's one of the things I really do study.
Say, bro, what can we go in any state and pick fresh fruit for ourselves? I mean, well, I know. I mean, we can. I can do it in.
I remember when I was in California and I was a kid, I used to walk around and pick grapes and apricots and shit like that. But they wasn't on like public lands; they was on private lands, on people's houses and yards and shit. So, but I get your point, and I've been making this argument for a long time. A lot of this landscaping stuff that they build all the time, everywhere. Why don't they build fruit-bearing plants? They have to clean up that shit anyways. All those plants, leaves and shit fall off of them and shit, and they have to clean that shit up because that's what their argument is, that it's going to be messy. They have to clean up that shit anyways, and then you could choose fruit-bearing plants that aren't as messy. Some of them are more messy than others. You could pick like nut trees and stuff that all kinds of different fruits and nuts we could be planting on these landscaping. They did the beautification of the bios and along the freeways. They're still doing it here in Houston. I was looking at that shit, and how come they don't plant some? There's no excuse for that because those are on the side of the damn freeway. So even if it was messy, then who would really care? And then you could build it in a way where it won't look bad because you'll have the other kind of plants down there at the bottom who are going to take up those stuff that's coming out of the trees. You get what I'm saying? And they still do landscaping on all of that shit anyway. And that shit is coming out of the taxpayers' dollars, the taxpayers' your pocket. So why come they can't just make some fruit-bearing trees out there? They're buying trees and planting them all the time. They just fixed this road that I live on right now. They just fixed the street, and they planted trees in the middle and on the side, and they're putting up the night lights now. Like, none of those trees are trees that bear any damn fruit or like barely even give no damn shade. These not even shade trees. They could be planting shade trees. Wouldn't you like to have some shade over your car while you're driving down the road? Wouldn't that be nice? Call me crazy. Call me cuckoo.
Crazy as a biscuit, boo.
In record-breaking heat waves. In Delhi, in India, it's already hit 49 degrees this year, 12 above the average. The heat has brought wildfires, particularly to Western Europe, forcing thousands of people from their homes. In the UK, people are bracing for temperatures to hit 40 degrees Celsius for the first time. The nation's weather office issued its first ever red alert for extreme heat. The scorching weather is fueling more than 30 blazes in Spain and Portugal. Thousands of people have been forced from their homes and are seeking refuge in makeshift shelters. Drought conditions have made areas between the two countries susceptible to wildfires. France is on its high state of alert for extreme temperatures. 2 large fires in the south are keeping emergency services busy. Thousands have been evacuated and kilometres of land lost to the flames. Natasha Butler reports from Paris.
Well, rather unsurprisingly, not many people are braving the heat at the foot of the Eiffel Tower. Record-breaking temperatures expected in many parts of France, including in the north in Brittany, an area that is known usually for its very cool climate. Now, the French government have put several regions on red alert. They have advised people to be extremely vigilant. They've rolled out their heat wave emergency plan, advising people to stay at home, stay in the shade, and keep very hydrated indeed. It's not that heat waves are uncommon in France, but usually they are several years apart. Climate change experts say that because of the changing temperatures, what we are seeing is heat waves that are more intense and more frequent. This heat wave, in fact, is the second one in just a few weeks. The dry, hot weather has certainly exacerbated the situation for firefighters that have been battling blazes in the southwest of France, the Gironde region. Thousands of people have been evacuated from campsites and homes in the area. It is part of France that's very popular indeed with holidaymakers, particularly, of course, at this time of year in the summer break. Well, meteorologists say, though, that there is some respite on the horizon for firefighters and emergency services there, with temperatures predicted to drop by at least 10 degrees Celsius in the coming days. Natasha Butler for Inside Story.
And that heat wave punishing Europe is coming from North Africa. In Morocco, firefighters have been sent to remote mountain forests in the north. Fires there have forced more than 1,000 people to be evacuated. Almost 5,000 hectares of forest have been burnt. Abdelmanim Al-Rami has more from near the fires in Morocco's Larache province.
This forest here is called Najarin. It is located in the province of Larache in the northwest of Morocco. It is part of a national forest that stretches from the Atlantic Ocean, which is 5 kilometers away to the west, up to the Rif Mountains, located to that direction about 100 or 150 kilometers. As you can see, the firefighters are still working in this forest in order to avoid that the fire that destroyed it be reignited again because of the windy weather, because of the hot weather. This part of Morocco have registered some heat wave temperatures as high as 40 degrees in the last days, which is not normal in this region, which has basically a Mediterranean weather, the one like in southern France or southern Spain or in Portugal. But despite of that, there is a heat wave that has destroyed up to now more than 6,000 acres of forests in northwestern Morocco.
Oh shit, my bad, y'all. I was muted. I think that the Earth is going through what it's going through, and it's kind of a reflection of what humans are going through. You know, not that the humans are directly causing it, but also that there's a connection between the changes of the cycles with the Earth and the changes of the cycles of humans. Like they coincide with each other. You there, Pat?
Yeah.
What I was saying was, us being in tune with the Earth. My cousin used to always talk about how like the speed of the Earth of its spinning and how we walk, and it's like we are timed with the way the Earth moves because we was just born on it moving, but the way we walk is in rhythm with the Earth moving. You know what I'm saying?
We're doing a negative 43,000 or whatever miles per hour when we walk.
Yeah, so that's interesting. So I'm talking about how we could be in tune with the Earth, and the Earth is going through the cycles that it's going through, and humans are going through the cycle that we go through at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And not saying that the Earth, not saying that what humans are doing is causing the Earth to go through its cycle. It's just that we are in tune with the timing of the cycle of the Earth.
Well, I mean, we are a part of the balance of the Earth. Like, I mean, there was never a time when we did not exist with Earth.
Yeah, so we feel it, and I feel like Earth is alive. You know, they say Mother Earth.
It is.
It's
it's alive.
Of course, it's alive. It's like a being just like us. You know what I'm saying? It's totally alive in every way, just like we are, and so that's a thing. So then we think about the Earth being alive, and then we think about us being in tune with the Earth and always being here. You know. It's like we're a part of the Earth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, we're a part of her. We're a part of Mother Earth. We're not separated from her.
No, that's why, like, I mean, I know people have trouble saying, calling us God, ourselves God, but we're not. I mean, based on your perception of what God is, you are it. Like, you're just a physical representation of another physical representation of God. I mean, it's all one is all is one, and one is all.
I want to read some comments underneath the video. It says, "We've been warned about this for years, and everyone is still wondering what's happening." Another comment it says, "I'm in South Africa, and our winters are nothing like they used to be. It used to be freaking cold. Now it's pleasant, and summers are hotter now by a lot." Another comment, it says, "Greed is the root of climate change."
I don't know. The climate change was going to happen anyway. Now, maybe there were some things that may have helped accelerate it, maybe, or I don't know. I mean, my personal belief is that regardless of what we have done, like, I mean, and then it's, almost anticipated. I mean, I guess it was a part of the plan. Everything that happened for a reason and for us to get to where we are. Like, I mean, that's just the acceptance we have to have in life. Like, I mean, it just is what it is. And, the more you complain about it, the more you're just...
Well, we do have to do something about it. So I think that as humans, as a culture, as a, global...
Do something like what?
Prepare ourselves to keep us alive. Because see, the thing about climate change, like we always say, the Earth is going to be fine. it's humans that need to be concerned. Are we gonna make it through this? So we need to think about that, make moves for that. Let me read another comment. It says, "Isn't the danger of global average temperature being above 2.5 or 3 is that we will go over the tipping point of a runaway greenhouse effect from permafrost thawing, a situation where the methane released from there will keep accelerating the temp increase, and even if we stop burning fossil fuels, it won't have any impact. I am surprised no one brought that up as a consequence." That person has a very good point. And that is very, very sad and doom and gloom. Let me read another comment. It says, "There is one simple question that needs to be answered if this planet will call home is to remain habitable. That is, can we change our way of living that reduces power, fuel, and water consumption to levels not seen before the last 50 years? I live in a small village in Laos. After a lifetime in a number of Western countries, I don't own a car and rarely use the buses to go anywhere. Life is simple and stress-free, which to me makes a whole lot more sense than buying stuff that has been shipped halfway around the planet. Our problem is that we are told that we need more growth in the economy, which we all know is measured in GDP. The problem is that the weather disasters increase GDP, so economists tell you all is okay. Put simply, there is no future for us if we don't start to question the economic model we are presently working with." I would agree with this comment completely.
Economic. Well, I don't know. Let's say, bro, I don't really agree with it because it's like, you know, us to be able to. 'Cause I mean, whether we, our resources, we use it, like, because I mean, it's our resources was monetized at some point to where, like, I mean, whether we were going to use these resources, whether we paid for them or not. And it, to me, it's like, to give an excuse for us to, warm ourselves when we're cold, or to cool ourselves when we're hot, and to drink water, to, like, I mean, like, everything that we do day to day, and then blame it, on, you know, take the blame for why we're dealing with hotter temperatures, is kind of crazy to me. Like, I mean, we
Well,
had to.
what about the simple life that she's talking about living? Not having to drive a car, stress free, living in a little village, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, like, but that's the thing. Like, do you feel? So, do you really believe, like, if we had, I mean, because out of the millions of years, billions of years potentially that, um we've, been here on Earth, that if, we never had cars, that we wouldn't experience these type of temperatures?
No, it's the way, it's our lifestyle of ordering, like she said, ordering stuff off of Amazon from around the
They
whole damn
got it.
planet. No. I'm
They,
not saying that stuff is causing the climate change. I'm saying that lifestyle is not sustainable. That exponential growth. That's what she was talking about. The economic model that we live under is unsustainable. It don't have nothing to do with that climate change. We're gonna bring destruction upon ourselves economic with this economic model that we live under. It's
so
unsustainable.
so for us trying to have computers, laptops, and, like, all pretty much all that stuff is really,
No, you just
like,
have to find a way to balance it. I think we need to live more like, and I always talk about the Native Americans specifically, the Aboriginal Americans specifically, the way that they lived. And it was like they came over here and said these people were backwards. They don't have tires. They don't have wheels. They didn't have metal really, like, as far as, like, they didn't use steel and stuff like that.
that's
You know,
bullshit. Shit, when
well,
they came, like, we traded with them for, like, some of the gold tipped arrows that we made. Like, I mean,
it,
bro,
it
like,
wasn't
everything.
They didn't really have metal orgy over here, but they didn't have no need for that. So,
What do you
like,
mean they didn't have?
well, the same way with the swords. It's beside the point. It's beside the point. What the point is, they came over here and said these people's technology was backwards and, you know, not, you know, growing or, you know, whatever. Like they had derogatory things to say about everything that they did, the way that they lived, right? So, but you look back at it and you see that they lived for thousands of years, and you know what I'm saying, and didn't destroy the environment. You know what I'm saying? They lived in harmony with the environment. You know, the problem with the cars is they destroy the environment. All these damn streets. That's another reason why it's so damn hot. The damn sun is reflecting off all this got all these doggone miles and miles of concrete. You know what I'm saying? We just sitting in traffic, just hot as hell. Like that shouldn't be. That shouldn't be. This is like we were saying about the insanity of the world that we live in. These cars, these freeways, this is an example of the insanity. It really is. Ordering shit off Amazon and wanting it there in 5 minutes, that's insane. You know what I'm saying? That's insane, insane, insane. And we need to just go back to simple ways of living. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, you know? We could still have all this stuff as far as the computers, whatever the hell. We could still have that stuff. We can even have roads, but we could do the roads in a different way. We build the cars in a different way. We don't want to destroy the environment. We want to leave things the way that we found them. We want them to be able to rebound. You get what I'm saying?
I hear you, but at the same time, I just kind of feel like, I mean, you know, everything happens for a reason, and I mean, like that's just like in order for it to balance, like my thing is like, so my question I think that I still hadn't gotten answered is whether we use out these resources, like if we, you know, whether we use these resources or not, whether we use coal or we, you know, use fossil, you know, the fuel, you know, crude or all this stuff, like having these power plants and this, like if we didn't have that, do you still do you believe that the earth still would not be as like get to the temperatures it's at right now?
I think it's going through the cycles that it goes through, but we making it harder on ourselves by polluting the ocean and polluting the air that we're breathing by burning.
Now the what? Now I agree with you when it comes to the water, but with the air, I don't know if that's even like a real thing.
That's a real thing. That's a real thing. Particulates in the air that your lungs is taking in is a real thing. You know, you ever burn some plastic and be around it? You know, they burn plastic all the time. You know, you think
But
that
it's
shit don't get into your lungs?
But usually because I mean most of this stuff is letting off carbon, which our plants take in. So like it's not like a bad like.
You just talking about the carbon alone. What about everything else? Like I say, the damn plastic. If you burning oil and shit, you ever been around? You ever smelled oil burning?
We just discussed that they're all the same thing. It's all hydrogen, just at a different level.
Yeah, but if you change one molecule, it goes from acid to a base, or from a poison to a healing. You know what I'm saying? Come on, that's alchemy, right? The snake can bite you and kill you. What I'm saying is the everything has its polarity. So if you adjust its molecules, if you adjust its atoms, if you adjust its electrons and protons and neutrons, then you've changed that thing. That thing is no longer what it was as far as like how it's going to react to you. So, you know what I'm saying? It goes from something like water that you could drink that'll bring you life, and it'll turn to freaking, I don't know, ammonia that'll burn your insides.
I think
like what? Like
I think
think about H2O. No, this is science. Come on, H2O. What is it? H1. Damn it! I used to know this. H2O2. H2O2. What is H2O2? That's freaking like chlorine or some shit. What the hell is
No,
H2O2?
it's not
Somebody help me.
chlorine. It is peroxide.
Peroxide. Come on now. All right. So from one thing you change.
Which your body makes.
So are you gonna drink peroxide for you to get nutrients to bring you life into your body?
I might not drink it, but I might take a little bit to help clean my body up. Because yes, I mean it's clean and clear enough, but it's too much of it. Yeah, it can hurt you.
Right. So that's my point. My point is that you change it, it can hurt you. That's my whole point.
Because I mean, you're intaking, like, even when you put it on a sore, just because you didn't drink it doesn't mean that you're not intaking it into your body.
But what I'm saying is you're not drinking it like you would water.
No,
you're gonna gulp down some peroxide when you're thirsty in the sun.
I get it, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, we're not into, like, the way you're saying it is as if, you know, we're in the middle of these extreme you know in these extreme atmospheres, like, all the time, or as if they're affecting us all. Like, I don't think it's quite as bad as people make it, because when it's out in the atmosphere and it's going like hundreds of feet up in the air above us, yeah, you might get some stuff that might, based on the wind or whatever, you might get a little bit, but a lot of it is mostly carbon that's going into the air and giving the ability for our trees and plants to get what it needs to live.
Okay, so you said if a little bit can come down, totally come down, and we was talking about China's air and all of that. So you're okay with certain amount of plastic for you to breathe in? You're okay with that?
Oh my God, who's burning plastic like that?
That's what's happening.
Where?
Like everywhere. Thinking about the oil, like if you, like I said, you've been around somebody burning oil, that shit stinks, right? That shit stinks. It's because
it stinks so good. It stinks so good.
Because that's the stuff that's going. You gonna get us shut down. Because those odors are that shit that's going in the air. The shit like when you go to what is that neighborhood, Pleasantville in Houston, and it stinks.
All right, but for people who, like, all right, people smoke,
because they polluting the air over there.
Like, people actually smoke and put the shit directly in their body, and they want to talk shit about the freaking.
But they purposely put that in there, and that's way better than some plastic.
That's what I'm trying to like. You don't think that that's worse than just getting a few particulates?
I don't want no particulates that I didn't ask for.
Oh, that you didn't ask for, but
I didn't ask for them particulates.
But I mean, all right. So you really think like we should go back to a horse and buggy, and, like, I mean, all the technology
I really do. As far as
that God allowed us to have,
some of these technologies are demonic, man. I really do believe that. Some of these technology.
You gotta stick with what you say all the time, bro. You like either you believe there's no good or bad.
Yeah, okay. So, but they have lower selves. They're destructive. That's what it is. That's the polarity. You've got creation on one side and you got destruction on the other. Some of these technologies are built in a way to bring about destruction. Like they're from their conception. They have been created in a way that's it's inevitable. They wasn't thought out properly. They wasn't created with proper intentions. It wasn't engineered properly. Why don't we have free electricity? You know what I'm saying?
Because of greed.
Okay, and so couldn't we have some kind of technology where we're driving around the cars where they're not emitting nothing? I don't have to get no smoke, no particulates at all.
Say, bro, look,
couldn't we have a technology?
No. See, because you're gonna raise the levels of something that's gonna be harmful to you no matter what you use, because it's in order for you to be able to still, let's just say you use electric cars, the radiation levels are just gonna go up higher.
I don't know what the technology is. It's probably out there and was buried. But couldn't we
Well,
have a tech?
I don't know. I mean, maybe if we can get some of these people that like they're killing people who can create engines that run off of water. Like that's what happened to the guy in Buffalo. That was a hit. Like that was a clean, clear hit that knocked him off, and they just killed other people around him just so it wouldn't look like a hit.
Yeah.
But
So,
he
but
had the engine, like, yeah. I mean, I look. There's things that yes that exist, and I mean, I think that the technologies was much higher before now. But I mean, because of people's greed is why we're dealing with most of what we're dealing with. So yeah, you're right. We don't have to have all of this stuff like plastics and that, like shit. I
and
mean,
probably the way that we traveling and moving
using
goods.
aluminum to store food in,
Yeah,
like that is.
probably the way we're moving around and moving goods around is probably the most elementary and retarded way to do it anyways. And because like I say, like you said, I believe that too, that they had better technologies in the past. So we look at the earth and we see how it looks. Did they build all these damn streets everywhere? Did they build all these damn freeways and shit? I mean, I'm sure they had to move goods and people around too. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I hear you. There are better technologies, but then, like I said, I mean, we can't have the same people running the show that's been running the show because if they didn't do it, then it's like it messes up everything that they've, what I'm saying, they can't control us or put they've put on our neck if we are the ones holding the bag. I mean, that's our problem. I mean, I hate to say it that way, but I mean, it just really is what it is.
Yeah, they've been kicking the can down the road, a generation after generation, and at some point that you can't kick the can no more, man. It's in the cul-de-sac.
But the only reason why they're able to kick the can is because we ain't grabbed the damn can and start kicking it our damn self. Like we could do it. It's just that we got too many suckers that's too scared, that's too caught up in the 3D, 3 dimensional, like afraid that, oh, I'm gonna die. I mean, dude, you're dying every day.
And how much?
Go ahead.
Like,
I'm sorry.
so you're dying every day, really. I mean, shoot. What that thing Fox say? A coward that dies 1,000 deaths. So I mean, I don't know. Getting scared of another people just to me just don't make no sense. Cause just like they can cause you harm, you can do the same.
Yeah. Where's the comment? I don't see it. It was so good. I don't want to misquote it. I looked at this video. I watched this video earlier. Some of it. I didn't really watch the whole thing. Oh, damn. I can't find the comment I'm looking for. Damn it. Anyways, 5 laws of stupidity. Right here. Let me read the comment under the caption underneath the video. It says, non-stupid people always underestimate the damaging power of stupid individuals. In particular, non-stupid people constantly forget that at all times and places and under any circumstances to deal and or associate with stupid people always turns out to be a costly mistake. Carlo Coppola in the 1970s, an economic historian called Carlo Coppola wrote a provocative article titled The Basic Laws of Human Stupidity. This week's episode is about the theory of the destructiveness of stupid behavior and why it's so underestimated and misunderstood. Let me read some comments underneath here because maybe I'll find the one I'm looking for. The first one, it says, I loved it when Homer Simpson said, why does this stuff happen to stupid people keep happening to me? Why does the stuff that happens to stupid people keep happening to me? Homer Simpson. Let me read another one. It says, I asked a shop teacher I had in high school once, what's worse to deal with, troublemakers or idiots? And he said, idiots, because you can't get rid of the troublemakers. He said, because you can get rid of the troublemakers. Okay. Another comment, it says, a common mistake that people make when trying to design something completely foolproof is to underestimate the ingenuity of complete fools. Man, I wish I could find this comment. Let me read another one. It says, dealing with the public daily in my work for decades confirms his laws. Even well-educated people can be stupid. He is a man of my heart and soul. Oh, here it is right here. It says, when you're dead, you don't know it. The pain is felt by those around you. The same is true for stupid people. You heard that, Pat? That's the one I was looking for.
Yeah, repeat it again. I need to hear that again.
I want to copy this. He said, when you're dead, you don't know it. The pain is felt by those around you. The same is true for stupid people. I ain't gonna copy that. But yeah, so like the idea is that, like, you know, they're not aware of their ignorance. Well, I mean, when we're talking about being stupid, it's kind of like just like making bad decisions, right? Like keep trying to expect different results from doing the same things. I want to play some of this video. I don't want to put y'all to sleep, but check it.
TerryLife.com to connect with the show.
From an article called The 5 Laws of Stupidity. This is a theory of stupidity, and it's a theory about how stupidity and stupid people are the most dangerous people on the planet, and also about how easy it is to mistake stupidity for other things, and how much everyone underestimates the danger and impact that stupid people have on everyone else. This is an article that was written by an Italian economic historian, a guy called Carlo M. Cipolla. And he wrote this article in the 1970s, and he died in the late 90s. And there's very little information about this guy online, apart from the fact that he wrote this article. But I found it a very thought-provoking article. It's one of those articles that is written in a slightly humorous way. So the kind of way where the author could potentially claim that this was just them joking, but actually you can tell that he's making a serious point in the article as well. And I'll put a link in the show notes to the article so you can read it yourself. But I want to share with you the ideas in this article. So in the article, Carlo Cipolla puts forward this theory of stupidity. And he puts it forward as 5 laws. So I'll explain each of the laws, and then I'll finish by giving some of my own thoughts on the ideas. The first law of stupidity is that everyone underestimates the number of stupid people. And the idea here is that no matter how many idiots you think you are surrounded by, you are lowballing the estimate. And his argument is the reason that you underestimate how many stupid people there are around you is because you're probably assuming that people are intelligent based on superficial and irrelevant criteria, like their job, their education level, their class, their race, whether or not they're eloquent, and other biases that you may have about assuming that if somebody is a certain way, that means they're not stupid. And he's arguing in this article that you're wrong. Those things are all irrelevant. So that brings us on to law number 2 of stupidity. And that is that the probability that a person is stupid is independent of any other characteristic. So the idea here is that every characteristic that you can imagine, whether it's gender, race, nationality, education level, income, any category you can imagine, is uncorrelated to whether or not a person is stupid. And Cipolla even says in this article, there are stupid Nobel Prize winners. So you can't predict whether a person is stupid or not, by looking at any of these other characteristics that they might have. His argument is that there are stupid people in every walk of life, in every ethnic group, gender, class, profession, income level, anything you can imagine. And he goes on to argue that there's the same proportion of stupid people in any of these categories because it's uncorrelated to any of these categories. He makes the argument that he can't tell exactly how high that proportion is because everyone underestimates it all the time. But the main point is you can't use these other criteria to determine whether or not someone is stupid. And that brings us on to law number 3. And this is his idea that a stupid person causes losses to others without gains to themselves. So he's defining stupid behavior as a social thing, and he's saying it's about whether or not you cause losses to other people without benefiting yourself. So it's a social theory of stupidity, and it means that you can still be stupid if you are very good at, for example, mathematical calculations or pattern matching or lots of other things. You could be very good at all of these things, but you're still stupid if your behavior towards others involves losses to other people without you actually gaining. So in order to explain this idea, Cipolla creates this 2x2 matrix. So you have 2 variables and 2 different possible states of each variable, which gives you 4 possible outcomes. So just to explain these variables. So one variable is, are you causing benefits to other people or are you causing losses to other people? So that's the first variable, is your impact on others. Do you benefit them or do you cause them losses? And the second variable is, for yourself, are you benefiting yourself or are you causing losses to yourself? And if you combine those two, we get 4 different outcomes. So talking them through, first of all, you have people who benefit other people and themselves. And this is the win-win outcome where your actions in the world not only benefit you, but they also benefit other people, and you are a net positive wealth generator in the world. And Cipolla calls these intelligent people. So it's a theory of intelligence based on your behavior, your social behavior. Are you engaging in win-win interactions? So that's the first one. Well, what about the people who cause losses to other people but benefits to themselves? Well, Cipolla calls these bandits, and these are essentially criminals and thieves. If you imagine, when somebody steals, what they're doing is they're causing a loss to you and a gain to themselves. So that's the second type. And then if you imagine there's a third type, which is people who cause benefits to others and losses to themselves. And Cipolla calls these helpless people. And there are other words that I've seen used. He sometimes calls them naive people. The idea here is that this is people who get taken for a ride. They benefit other people, but at a loss to themselves. And then the fourth group is what he defines as stupid people. And these are people who cause losses to others without benefiting themselves. And his idea is that a lot of the time, they're just messing things up for other people without any particular benefit to themselves. But there are also really stupid people who not only cause losses to others, but actually harm themselves actively. So stupid people are either just messing things up for everyone else without any clear gain, or even messing things up for everyone else and actually harming themselves as well in the process.
Okay. I think that's enough for that one. What'd you think? You there, Pat? I lost y'all. He said if you help people without any benefit for yourself, with actually a loss to yourself, that makes you a helpless person. You help people and then you have with a loss to yourself, that's helpless. And then he says the intelligent people are the people who do stuff to help other people and themselves. Bandits are the ones who do stuff to help themselves and not other people. And it says the stupid people are the ones that does things that hurt other people and themselves. Losses to themselves and does not benefit others either. Anyways, y'all, I think I'm gonna wrap it. I'm tired. Oh, I was supposed to talk about I was talking about the Book of Enoch. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm probably gonna do. I might do a day show tomorrow. It may not be day, but it's gonna be definitely earlier. And we'll talk about the Book of Enoch because I meant to talk about that tonight. I forgot about it, and now I'm tired, so I don't think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna bore y'all to death with it. So, anyways, childlike status. Do y'all think that society creates capable people? People capable to deal with trauma, deal with problems, problem solving skills. People who are able to, make adjustments to if the weather is different. you know, and I want to be careful when I say this, but Pat was asking earlier about it, and I meant to say it, but it's like, with the climate change and all of that stuff, and like what I was saying was the humans need to make adjustments so that they can make it. But deep down inside, man, like I say, I'm an anarchist, so it would be perfect to me if just the buildings just and the freeways all just melted or something. And we was forced to go back to living more closer to nature and more in balance with nature, because people will have a fit. How are you gonna build back all of this stuff? And a lot of people are gonna be like, we shouldn't build it like that. We should build it a different way. I'm gonna be one of those people. Let's not even build those skyscrapers no more. Let's build something totally different. Y'all ever saw those things that they call like earth ships or whatever, where they build these homes like in the side of hills and like partially submerged underground and stuff like that? And a lot of these homes make their own water and stuff like that. The heating and cooling is way different. Like they're self-sustaining little systems that they have. I really think they're cool, man. I think that's more like the way we need to be thinking, building the homes in a way that they kind of fit with the earth. And then it just makes sense. These people don't pay a whole bunch for light bills and stuff like that because it's like natural. you know the water recycles itself, and then they have like plants inside and stuff like refreshing the air. Everything works uh, in the system. I would love to have a little pond with some fish in it, on my property. um Maybe a couple of chickens, and a huge garden. And why do we have to go to work all the time any damn ways? What if we just all what if everybody had, enough space to have a garden, a little pond, and some chickens, and the property is paid for. I don't know. Maybe you still have to pay some kind of taxes. You pay taxes with some chickens. Can I pay my taxes with chickens? Would the IRS accept chickens or eggs? Chicken eggs, maybe some fish. I could give. I could give the IRS fish for the taxes. Does that sound crazy? That sound like that wouldn't work. How about some vegetables, some potatoes? I could throw in some tomatoes and onions, and bell peppers and cucumbers. Can I pay that for my taxes? What if we all lived in these earth ships that were in balance with nature, and we could pay our taxes with fish and potatoes, and the land is paid for. We don't have to go to work all the time. We just work in our garden and tend to our fish and whatever. We have those systems and cycles going on their own, and the rest of the time we just spend it being creative and spending time with our family and loved ones, basically doing whatever we want, enjoying life. Do we really feel like going to work every day in your commute, driving back and forth to work, and working till you die, We think that that's the way we're supposed to live. Don't we all? Wouldn't we all like to spend more time with our friends and family? Just take vacations, travel. We could go back home and our fish and chickens would be fine. Our garden is fine. And we could take as long as a vacation as we want. We probably got to get back and check on that garden. So as long as we can get, have the system going good enough for us to be going enough for the garden to be fine. Maybe we leave somebody behind to check out the garden, and to keep the garden okay, and the chicken's fine. And then next time that person, goes on the trip and somebody else stays behind. And we could just do that all the time. Why not? Why do we have to feel like we are all just like zombie robots and cogs in the machine? Just feel like we just have to just work all the time. We live in the Garden of Eden. Everything that we need, it just grows naturally. The water comes out of the sky. The food grows on the trees. Why do we have to pay for this stuff? The earth, we have to pay rent and we got to buy land and shit. Like the earth was here before we came. It's going to be here after we left. Who's going to own it then? Who owned it before we got here? Do we own the rivers and the trees? Who owns the lakes and the icebergs in Antarctica? Who owns the mountains? The point of it is insane. It's insane. It's an insanity that we're living this way. And we just continue to just follow the traditions and keep on going down this road. It's Babylon. It's destruction. This exponential growth is impossible. This perfection that we ascribe to be is impossible. It's not real. This GDP, not real. Deficit, not real. This fiat money, not real.
Not real. It's an illusion.
It's fake. Just like those memes that's going down the timeline. I saw something on my timeline earlier and it looked real, and it was like this lady was showing a house. I don't know, did I share it on my Instagram? But the lady was showing a house. It was like a strange thing that happens when you see a house and you heard her clap, and then she came outside and she was like, lightning struck right here on this porch. And then that's like a sign from God. I guess I shouldn't get this house. But then it's like comments. I'm reading the comments and people are like, this video is fake. And it's like, it was a overhang. It was what do you call it? The little carport, a covered carport out there. So how could the lightning have struck through the carport on the inside of the car in between the thing? And it's like, I guess maybe that could have happened, but most likely it didn't. And it's just everything, this internet is all fake. It's fake, y'all. It's all fake. Almost none of that shit is real. They came out about that lady who made the McDonald's clip that went viral, and they said that was fake. They was acting. Anyways, I'm exhausted, y'all. I really am. I'm tired.
I'm losing it.
I'm gonna open a church, y'all. Y'all gonna make me open a church. I'm gonna start writing sermons. And y'all gonna come bring me all y'all money.
Yeah, call me Deacon Do Right.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
Or do little, because I'm gonna do very little for y'all asses.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what you want to hear. I'm gonna make you feel good about yourself, and I'm gonna make you feel like you're doing right in the world and you a righteous child of God. And you more and more righteous the more money you give me. So thank you very much. Oh, I feel really sad. It's like a sunken in my heart. I'm so serious. It's because I feel like I'm losing hope in humanity, man. Because it's like the insanity, and then like trying to talk to people and trying to get through to people. And like we said in the other show, we're just preaching to the choir right now. We're just preaching to the choir right now. Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna keep on making this show. I'm gonna look at it as like therapy for me and a mental exercise, but I'm no longer gonna kid myself into the imagine that I'm actually making a difference. I'm just gonna be more realistic. I would hope, I pray that, you know, I has to have belief that I can make a difference, you know, that I can impact someone's perspective and hopefully get them to like look some stuff up and care about what's going on in the world and really try to make a difference. Start making connections to nature and each other, actually having real truthful conversations. You know, why we have to lie to each other so much? That's what another thing that really bothers me. That's why I know we live in Babylon, because people, they don't tell the truth about anything. They don't even know how to tell the truth. They don't tell the truth to themselves. How could they tell me the truth? They're not even capable. And our society wants you to lie. You're expected to lie. That's why they say you're supposed to know, because you're supposed to say certain things. Like they ask you how you feel, or how, you know, like what's up, what's going on, but they don't want you to answer that question. They don't really want you to answer that. If you ask them, if somebody comes up to you and says, "What's going on, man? How you feeling, man?" Then the other person be like, "Oh man, I freaking got hemorrhoids, man. I was on the toilet all morning, man. I went to the doctor and they said I might have cancer, and it's like, it run in my family and all that." They like, "Man, I don't want to hear all of that. When you ask me how was going on, like I'm telling you now, you know what I'm saying? This is what's going on." You get what I'm saying? They don't really want to hear it. It's a lie. You're supposed to lie. Everything is fine, man. Everything is good, man. I'm chilling, man. Enjoying the daylight, enjoying the sunshine. Any day above ground, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's all good. Because that's what they want to hear. The thing is, like, one of the things I say as a waiter, I'm like, I can't complain. They'd be like, how you feeling? Or what's going on? I'd be like, I can't complain. Be like, yeah, nobody really cares anyways. And, people laugh like, yeah, well, some people say I care. Well, I care, but that's just a little saying that I say though, but I really mean it though. Cause it's like, nobody really cares. Right.
For the most part.
So, but that's the problem. That's the problem. If people are religious, they believe in God, and then the Bible, it says, "Love thy neighbor." You know, do people really do love thy neighbor? Some guy you're not related to, but y'all live next to each other. Y'all see each other all the time. Y'all kids play together in the yard all the time. Y'all drive by each other, coming and going there all the time. Well, how do you think about that person? You want to try to steal something out of their yard, or you know, what about if they're hungry? What if your neighbor is hungry? What if their child is hungry? That same child that plays with your child. They having tough times. The light bill is high as hell lately for everybody right now. It's like $300-400. You're not expecting that. Boom. That hit your account or whatever. You gotta pay it. You gotta pay that light bill. You can't go without that. Unexpected expense. A lot of us is living on the edge. They're eating noodles. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Your neighbor's kid is hungry. Or does that bother you? Do you care about that? Or are you willing to break bread with your neighbor's child? The child didn't have nothing to do with nothing. They didn't ask to be here. They don't have nothing to do with their parents' finance situation. They're over there suffering and starving. You're okay with that? It's none of your business, right? It's none of your business. It's not your responsibility. I disagree. I disagree. I think we're supposed to care. We're community animals. We live together. We help each other. That's how we get by. That's how we have made it so far in this world. That's the reason why we're dominant on this planet, if you could say that, because then there's an argument for that. But there's a reason why we have so much influence on this planet, and it's related to the way that we help each other, the way we work together. That's our real true technology, is our like communication, our language, our, you know, because the tools don't mean shit if we can't like tell Tebow to throw the arrow at the right time. You get what I'm saying? That computer don't mean shit if it ain't somebody else to send the email to or read the email. Your cell phone don't mean shit if you don't have somebody else doing a damn TikTok so you can scroll down and watch it. We're a global community. We should care. And when one of us hurts, we all hurt. When we all prosper together and we all suffer together. We're not separated from each other, just like we're not separated from the earth, and just like we're not separated from the universe. Because if the sun goes out tomorrow, we fucked. All of that shit we talking about, the computers and cell phones and cars, the wedding plans, you know what I'm saying, global warming or not, you know what I'm saying, racial hatred, all that shit is mute. Abortion rights, all that's mute. We're connected to this, all of this, and for us to survive, for everything to work, everything has to work together in a system. The imbalance. That's what we need to get back to. That's my message for today.
Yep.
I'm in rock.
I'm with you on that.
You got any final words, man? I'm gonna wrap it. Like I say, man, I'll be to start writing some sermons, bro. It's not that hard. I'm telling y'all, I know
There's
what
a
y'all
lot
want.
of stuff I would like to say to the people, but at this moment I'm so in and out. Like I don't think I will give any justice, or
Yeah. And I think I'm gonna start talking about more religious stuff, more spiritual stuff anyways, metaphysical stuff anyways, and science anyways. I'm gonna still talk about politics, but I'm gonna start gearing the channel in that direction. I think I said that before and got away from it because, I don't know. Like I say, man, y'all gonna cause me to open up a church. It's gonna be the King Chalk Entertainment Church. The Church of King Chalk Entertainment. I don't know. KCE, the Church of KCE Church. Anyways, y'all, peace and love. Get y'all some rest, and love thy neighbor, man. Actually do it. And your brothers and sisters, no matter what religion, color, creed, what language they speak, what their skin tone is, how their hair falls, their eye color. We're all humans. Let's just love each other. Peace.